You're going through so many problems right now, and I know you feel overwhelmed and sometimes even confused. So if the way you feel when you're about to engage into solving a problem is influenced by your perception, the way you perceive them, you can't see through them. If this perception is influenced by your emotions, then every single time you're about to solve a problem that might feel for you like taking a naked walk into a zoo, or some other problems may feel like taking a breath. And in time, you realize that those who seem to you like taking a naked walk into the zoo were actually much simpler problems. But you couldn't see that before. And some problems which you thought are going just to be like a breath, it's going to be just like a walk, actually might take years. Let's stop this. Because if your perception is influenced by your emotions, you're always going to go through this roller coaster. And that's not good, because this is going to hold you stuck and blocked into this feeling and perception and overwhelmed that I'm never gonna get through, and it's so hard, and why is it so hard, and that doesn't help you. That's why together today we're going to learn three shifts in your perspective, so that you can start to see the problems as they are and not as you perceive them. And by the end of this video, you're going to have three shifts in your pocket, and they're easy to remember. Enlarged versus engulfed, what versus what for, and reward versus prize. They're very simple. You can remember them, and while we're going to learn them, it's going to be so easy for you next time. And you'll discover something, that your perception can be influenced by so many factors, but we don't want that. We want to see through. So, if you want to fulfill your mission and achieve that vision you have in life and business, especially in business, I'm speaking to entrepreneurs, let's go. So, the number one is enlarged versus engulfed. What do I mean by this? You remember, have you played the game hide and seek? So, you know when you're hiding behind a tree and there's a tree in front of you and there's a distance between you and whomever you're hiding from, just a little piece of tree can cover your half of your face, and with another eye you can see the whole thing in front of you. But it is just something very small to cover your eye. Or imagine this. Imagine there is a tree, but this is between you and the tree, there is a flower. If you put the flower very close to your eye, this one little petal can cover your vision. You're gonna just see everything is blurred because it's very close to you. That's why we sometimes also do. We have a flower between us and the mountain or the forest, and then it covers you so much. You might say, oh, thank you very much. Wow, what a wisdom. Oh, it's like I didn't know it. All right. But what can we do? And why do we come into this situation where something is so close to us? And it requires something very small to cover your whole vision. The only thing you can do is not to fight this flower, is not to get angry on yourself or to get angry at the forest, why you can't see it, why you didn't see it before, but because that's what we do. When a problem goes and then we go through it and we say like, why didn't I see it before? It was so much easier to see. Why? Because we did not change the question. And the question is to start to think broader, which is, hey, imagine you're on the forest, so there's this petal of the flower covering your vision. Ask questions like, hey, how big is this forest? Maybe you want to climb a tree and look like from the above, like, hey, how big is this forest? Maybe I can just find another route. You can ask people around, but for that you have to shut up and start listening. Hey, maybe some footsteps are around so I can approach somebody and ask. Maybe in silence you can hear about the sound of a river. Maybe it's not far from there. Maybe you can look through the branches of the trees and see maybe there is a mountain, so that you can get to the mountain, get on the top a little bit and see the things like, oh, yeah, where am I? Where am I going? And what's the farthest, the shortest path to it? And you see, because we forget to switch the question. It's so simple. And I know you're so smart. I know you're smart. I know you're good. I know you're ambitious. But switching the question and ask yourself right now, what would be other 5 questions which I could ask myself? Except the question, why this problem? So we all ask ourselves, like, why this problem? Or how to solve it? Why is it so hard to solve? Okay, good. This is your question. Find 5 questions around, except this one. And ask yourself, but where does it lead? How have I come into this problem? It's like in the movie Inception. Oh, we're in a dream. But how have we gotten to this dream? Oh, we were in another dream. It sounds simple. It's not hard because of our pride and ego that holds us stuck. And especially if you're an ambitious man, every problem feels like a competitiveness for you, and you want to be competitive, you want to beat it down. It's like, I'm going to solve it. I know I can. I don't want to listen to anybody can do it. No problem. That's good. Just find more questions about the problem you are in, except the question which answers to the problem. So if you can't make these problems smaller, so that you can, like detaching, creating some distance between the petal of these flowers so that you can start seeing the whole forest, just find a bigger one. If this problem was solved, what would this lead to? What's the actual further goal I'm looking for? And sometimes you can just realize that that was just your perception, and sometimes we emotionally get engaged into trying to solve this problem, and we start to become so stubborn and we want to solve it, and we don't get through it because of ourselves. Because we forget to change and switch the question. My friend, spend a few minutes and ask yourself more questions about how we've gotten to this, what's behind it, and just find a bigger problem. And you'll immediately start to see how this problem starts to fade out, and you'll say, okay, I might go through another path, or you might find the answer. Hey, do you know what? This is a problem I have to solve. But I'll give you a framework for that later. So enlarged versus engulfed. Rather than making it enlarged, engulf it. Create a clear image about your bigger vision, and this is going to become smaller. So it's not that the problem goes away, is that you start to change your perception about it. And when you start to change your perception about it, actually you don't change your thinking, you change the way you think, from emotional thinking towards critical thinking. Because when it's enlarged, you're in the emotional thinking. When it becomes smaller, now you start to play chess. Now it becomes critical thinking. And as long as you're into the emotional thinking, everything seems big and emotional and feels like a threat. And then you ask yourself in 4 years, 5 years, like, why have I stayed there? I should have moved forward. Well, now it's time to do that. And we move forward as well. What versus what for? So what is what versus what for? You are here, and your eyes are looking forward towards that vision. You know the guy, Simon Squibb, asking everybody, what's your dream? What's your dream? What's your dream? That's a great question, because let the people start to open. But if we get more technical, if we were into more critical thinking between entrepreneurs, we would ask, what's your mission? A vision, everybody has a dream. Everybody has a great vision. And if you are in business now trying to build a business, grow a business, I know we have a great vision for yourself, for your customers, for the world. Oh, you don't like creativity for the vision. But sometimes we lack the character for fulfilling the mission. And if you feel struggle a little bit, it's because your eyes are on the vision and you forget about the mission. So you're very clear about the where. Where do you want to get? I want to have these, to become these, to help these, to do that, to accomplish that. Woohoo! That's amazing. Let's go, my brother. But hey, wait a second. After those 4 or 5 minutes or half an hour dreaming, you stop and say, hey, now it's time to get to work. And here, my friend, the vision, it's not really helpful, because if you're focused on the vision, every problem is going to feel like an obstacle, not like a vehicle which brings you closer to the vision. It's going to feel for you like an obstacle, like another thing is blocking me from getting this vision. Another thing is trying to mess with my plans. God, again, you're changing my plans. Or people, oh, again, you're asking me these things. You start to become angry and frustrated, and again, so focused on yourself, me included, all of us, we start to focus so much on ourselves when we forget about the mission. In the description below, there is a link you can click right now, 5 days free mission challenge so that you can define the mission. What's the mission? The mission answers the question, what for? Why am I doing this is for you. That's the why. What for is the mission. And I know the where is clear for you. We're approximately clear, but it's easier to figure it out because it's very connected to your why. But what about the question, what for? What is this for? And if the problem doesn't help you to answer the question, what for, probably is a question is a problem that answers the question where, but you haven't gotten there yet. Or again, it's keeping you stuck into the why. Yeah, but why? Why me? Why me? Why so hard? Why me so hard? Why my parents? Why my childhood? Why these friends? Why this economy? Why this system? Why? And you keep repeating the same question. Here's the problem with great questions, that sometimes smart people have great questions, but they don't listen to the answers. They ask great questions. Hey, how can I do it? Why do I want to accomplish it? Hey, but then they start to use the question to beat themselves. I say, why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? Why have I got? Why have I started? Why is it so hard? No, ask, hey, why me? There is a reason to it. God, please help me to figure it out, to understand. And listen to the answer. If you don't listen to the answer, you're going to use the question to keep beating yourself rather than listening to the answer so that you can use the answer to go to the next question, to the next problem. I'm going to tell you a story. So some years ago, some years ago. So there's this guy, a friend of mine, and he's responsible for some supercars, working for a very wealthy man, which do have these cars in possession. Now, some of these cars were rented by somebody in Romania. Right now, I'm in Rome, in Italy, and just that person didn't want to give the cars back, and also shut down the GPS system in the car, which was the built-in GPS system. But the owner also have installed some secret GPS system to which only he could have access to. So he asked this guy that works for him, hey, find a few people, go to Romania, and just please be in touch. We informed all the institutions, the police and everything, but just go there and just track that signal and just make sure that maybe you can see it, because they really want to know those cars are still alive, that they're still there, they are there. That's was his desire, to know that those cars are there and they're not destroyed and the signal is not just a signal. So we're 2 cars, 2 people, big guys, boom, okay, we go. So we are strategizing, thinking how to be careful, how to do this, how to do that, and speaking of languages, I was translating Romanian, Russian, English. Okay, good, perfect. So there was this guy with us. I don't know how he got into that. I don't know why he was put together with us, because he really liked to sleep. But that was the worst time to sleep, because in the car, especially when he got there, okay, well, do we go here, do we go there? Here we go, a signal. There's another signal. There's multiple signals, multiple cars. So we had to split and figure out, okay, then we found there was a car parked, seemingly the signal coming from a parking lot into a building, which was in the face of the building. Okay, so we thought about how to get in and maybe to ask questions about, hey, what are these apartments for? So maybe we can get in the parking lot and see the car. That was the mission. This guy, he just gets naps. He sleeps 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We talk, new ideas. He wakes up and he just like listens to us speaking about some ideas. And he's like, why? Why do you go in this parking lot? Guys, like, why do we go in this? Why do we go in this parking lot? He can explain to him like in 30 seconds what we've been talking in 30 minutes. Then we would give him a simple answer. Yeah, we found a signal. We want to test a few ideas. He goes to sleep back again. Then again, he would wake up and ask, why? Why? He got a nickname, Why Guy. The Why Guy. He was constantly asking why. And then gets back to sleep and then wakes up, sending information. He feels like, yeah, again, like surprised. Well, why do we do this? And he was constantly asking why. What a great question. The thing is, he was very focused about himself. 1, going to sleep when everybody is thinking, strategizing, lack sleep, and drinking coffee like there is no tomorrow day to stay awake. He cares about himself. He didn't care about others. But he comes with great questions. We were focused on the mission in that case, in that situation. Well, what's the mission? So we put everything on the line to fulfill the mission. But he thinks about himself. So he just cares about, hey, why do we go there? I want to sleep. Why do we go in the parking lot? Why do we go there? Why do we stopped here? Hey, we have to eat. Okay, okay, let's go. Now he's very focused on eating. What I want to tell you through this story, that if you are only focused about the where and your why, you'll always find incongruences, because your desires have a form, the destination and the vision has another form. And if you don't focus on the mission, which connects you with your vision, you'll be frustrated, you'll be confused, and you'll say, but why? Why this? Why this? Why me? Why there? Why me? Why others? Why not me? Why not others? No sense of mission. It's not clear, what do we do this for? Why do I do this for? Not only where do I want to get, and not only why do I care about it, but what for? That's very important. Therefore, your problems, if you start to focus, what's this for? What is this going to serve the mission? Not only myself, but how is solving these problems going to serve the mission? Because the mission is what it helps you to move forward. Mission one, a small mission, a bigger mission, a third mission, a fourth mission. The vision is to get in shape. The mission is cook the meals, do the groceries, training. Meal 2, meal 3, training. Mission 1, okay, one more week. What's this for? That's what is this for. And that's how we move forward. If you don't have a sense of mission, your problems are going to engulf you. And also you're going to constantly ask yourself, beat yourself, where the vision, doubt yourself, because you don't have the sense of mission. And the mission answers the question, what is this for? So when you start to focus on the mission, the problems are there, but now the attitude is different. The perception is different. It's not anymore me, or hey, big vision, but it's about, what's this for? This serve? No, this problem doesn't really serve. Okay, let's put it aside. You start to think critically about it. So a great thought, just maybe you want to remember, is big thinking to find the problems. These are 2 eyes. And small thinking for solving them. Don't use small thinking for choosing the problem, because you're going to find thousands of problems. Use big thinking for choosing the problem. Okay, this is the force, this is where I'm going, here's the mission, here's the vision, here's where I am, that's what I'm going to focus, these are the goals and the tasks. Amazing, good. Now, when it comes to solving them, after you've chosen them using big thinking, rational thinking, critical thinking, now we can go into details and start chopping them down. It's like, boom, solved, gone, moved forward. That's the second perspective, shifting your perspective you can change. So the first one was enlarged versus engulfed. Ask yourself, is this problem enlarged? Are you engulfed? Switch. Enlarge your vision and engulf the problem. The second perspective, the second shift, what was this for? Not just the what, not just the problem, what is this for? So you can start to focus on the sense of mission. Again, in the link in the description below, click 5 days. We can go through, resolve it. If it feels complicated, it won't feel complicated anymore, because it will make it simple together. That third shift, reward versus prize. Now this one is going to be a little bit harsh. We are so focused on solving these problems which are in front of us, and there are so many, and it's hard, and they are scary, because we are so focused on the prize. Let me ask you something. When do you think the most about the prize at the end of this journey? And the journey, maybe it's big, you have a 5 years vision. You think about that prize when you doubt it. And when do you doubt it? When you encounter problems which feels like taking a naked walk into a zoo. Then when it starts to become painful, and when it becomes painful, you focus on yourself. When you focus on yourself, you become selfish, ego-driven, and you only think about you, and you think that you are never going to get the prize you are looking for. But my friend, the prize is not for you. The prize is for others. The details are for you. What does that mean? I'm a good carbonara maker. I like to make carbonara pasta. So if you come in Rome, come by in Italy, and you want to have great carbonara, let me know. Send me an email. I'll make you the best carbonara you ever had in your life. I'm a master of it. I've mastered it. It's been 12 years I'm mastering it. Now, because I'm passionate about it, I'm very focused on the details. I'm warming up the cheese. Nah, I'm not going to give you away the secrets. So I do have my secrets, the details, and I'm very passionate about it. So when I talk to a chef, we talk about the details. But if I'm talking to you about the carbonara, I might tell you about how crisp is the bacon and how creamy is going to be this and that, and you feeling happy with your love partner, sitting at a table, enjoying the view. That's what you care about. Me becoming good, making a carbonara pasta, is for you, not for me. The details are for me. The passion about the details is for me, not for you. But if I'm ego-driven, if I'm focused on my pain, if I only care it's about me and how hard it was to master this thing, and how hard it is to build a business, and how hard it is to follow a mission, and how hard it is to serve people and please God, you have no idea, my dear friend, it's because you're focused so much on yourself. Take it away. Let that ego go. Don't focus so much on this pain and how hard it is. This is for you. Consider it as a reward, but the prize is for others. But you can't do that. Why? Because you think the prize is for you and the reward is for others. You think that you're rewarding others for how great you are and they watching you. That's your reward. No, that's not your reward. Working on the details is for you. This is your reward. You had this passion. You were given these gifts. And the prize, my friend, whatever is at the end of the journey, and the journey never ends, but you've got to have some stations also along it. It's not for you, it's for others. But if you think the prize is for you and the reward is rewarding you, rewarding others, you've got the whole game inverted. And every problem is going to feel like a threat to your life, to your business, to your identity. I'm telling you, this is all a bit harsh. It's transitioning a little bit from the boyhood to the manhood. It's a little bit to get a little bit more serious about why do you do and what for? What's the reason for you're doing what you're doing? My invitation for you is to start to understand that Zolving is growing and this is for you. That's not for them. And you trying to grab their attention and sharing to everyone, why is it so hard for you? It's your neediness to be rewarded before you solve the problem. You want to be rewarded and you want to get the prize before you do the work. And you want everybody to acknowledge you how hard it is. I'm telling you, me included, everybody goes through this. Maybe not everybody, but I think everybody to a certain degree goes through this. So don't take it as like me criticizing you or beating yourself. It's growing. Zolving is growing. Zolved is gold. Think about getting the job done. Focus on solving it as long as you know what's this for. And stop bragging about the details in front of others, looking for attention and support. If somebody supports you, that's a gift. You have great friends believing you, that's a gift. That's a bonus. That's not a requirement. Your requirement is to please God, serve people, and to follow your mission, fulfill your mission, and you will be rewarded along the way. And especially having this passion, having these desires, the ability to think about it. This is your reward. To work hard is your reward. And the prize, along the way, the prizes you get are not for you. They're for others. Reward versus prize. Ask yourself right now when you're going through all these problems in your business, in your life, ask yourself, am I looking for the prize before I do the work? And I want a reward, everybody rewarding me? Or do I see the work? The details, the hard work, the passion, the gifts, the sense of mission as a reward. And I want to get as many prizes as possible because the prizes are not for me, but the prizes are for others. Your customers, the world, your family. Now think again about your problems right now in your life. And think about the other people which are going to get the prize of you doing the work. Doesn't it click a little bit and feels like noble and great? And I don't want you to forget about you completely. You will be rewarded. You'll get your gifts along the way. Just don't seek them. The more you seek, the more you're going to find things and pain and problems. And the more you think about others and less about you, you'll start to see that you'll be rewarded so much. So embrace your problems, detach from them, accept them if you have to, go around them if you have to. Don't lake them, don't enlarge them, engulf them, don't let them to engulf you. And if you can't make the problem smaller, find a bigger one. Ask yourself what versus what for. Use the big thinking, the rational thinking for choosing the problem, and the small thinking, chop down for solving the problem. Number 3, reward versus prize. Don't make the prize your reward, and don't make the reward your prize. That's not the prize, because solving is growing. You're becoming greater and better at what you do, but solve is gold. And that's when you get the prize, so that the prize can be enjoyed by others. My dear friend, I really hope that from this moment on, your problems are not going to feel like taking a naked walk into the zoo, oh my God, and you stop allowing the emotions to dictate your perception, and your perception to dictate the way you approach and the way you see the problems in front of you, and God forbid you let that to dictate who you are. In the description below, 5 days, mission challenge for free, me and you, I can help you, no problem. You can just do it right now. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next one. Keep winning, keep conquering. God bless you. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.